is at the bottom of the hour. Get all these breaks, you're covered and informed.
And now, Smooth Afternoon with Gary J. on GJRB.
And hello, welcome to a brand new hour of Smooth Afternoon here on GJRB Online, here on Spreaker across America. And kick back and relax and talk, play some music. Don't forget, if you like our program, please hit the like button, because I always want to hear from you about our programming and what kind of program we put on the air. Always love it when we get listeners. So please do drop in and say hi. We'll be posting throughout this hour, so just to let you know about that. Be bringing you some more of the great smooth jazz and posting, and seeing if there's anybody out there in this hour of jazz. So keep it here on GJRB Online for all that great jazz here for you on GJRB here on Spreaker. So why don't we crank up the new hour and get things rolling in our next 2 hours of smooth jazz. And we got 50 minutes of nonstop jazz coming up this hour with some more new emerging artists. Right now, though, here's Larry Ludwig and Slippery Sly on GJRB's Smooth Afternoon. great version of the Beatles song Eleanor Rigby, done there by Pete Rallick on GGRB Online. Fabulous piece of music, isn't it? Love it a lot. It's fabulous. One of our newest ones, and frequently played on our GGRB Smooth Jazz playlist here on GGRB Online. Smooth afternoon. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you're listening across America. And if you like our music, please hit that like button. As always, love to hear from you. Got our next hour, our final hour, we'll do 50 minutes of nonstop music. We're also going to do our shout-outs and promotions. Spreaker, Podbean, shout-outs and promotions coming up, brought to you by Spreaker next hour, right here on GJRB Online. Meanwhile, though, speaking of that, MeWe, fabulous. Well, we're going to be posting over there. We haven't posted yet. Got to work on that. You're going to put that on the program log to get done right away. But brought to you by MeWe, the internet's free speech social site. Remember that you too can, MeWe's the best place to go because they won't knock you off. They won't bring you down for your opinion. They won't, they don't care about your opinion. Let's just put it this way. You can post what you want in your opinion, and they won't knock it off like Facebook does. So go to MeWe. That's M-E-W-E, MeWe, the internet's free speech social site.
Nationwide weather update. This is GJRB's Weather on the Fives.
And, why don't we take a look at our weather on the fives right now. I'm going to bring you via our good friends at Weather Nation. Let's take a look at some of the temperatures across the America now. Some of the current temperatures. Let's go way up to Spokane, Washington, where it's 35 degrees. In Spokane right now, 55 degrees in Boise, Idaho. Sacramento's checking in 64 degrees, 65 in San Diego. Going across the southern part of the country, Tampa, Florida right now, 60 degrees. 61 degrees reporting in Jacksonville. Those are the nice warm places. But how about going up to the north, where we're getting a lot of interesting weather up in the northeast, where they're expecting a foot of snow, folks. We're going to take a look at that coming up. 30 degrees in Portland, Oregon. 42 degrees in Baltimore, Maryland right now. 32 in Cincinnati, Ohio. Tonight's low is going to drop down to 18 degrees in Detroit, 24 degrees in Boston, 28 degrees in New York, 31 degrees in Washington, and 29 degrees for Raleigh. Over there, 30 degrees for Nashville, Tennessee. And for Saturday, 38 degrees expected in Omaha, Nebraska, while it's going to be warm and 62 in Dallas, 66 in Houston, 60 degrees expected in Shreveport, Louisiana, 70 degrees in San Antonio, Texas. Here's Weather Nation. Thunder snow.
Some thunder snow, David, in Binghamton, New York.
Yeah, some of the energy there that we were seeing with the big low pressure center moving along the mid-Atlantic and dumping all that north. And still that low is exiting. They've had trouble with well, you can see some trucks, big trucks off the roadway there, Joe.
Yeah, a lot of snow. Vermont certainly seeing some freezing rain reports out of the region as well, leading to, unfortunately, scenes like this.
Yeah, and that's not the only place. We've got it. We've got snow reported back into Colorado today, where the mile across Colorado is inundated. The Eisenhower Tom cars are sitting there, Joe. So we're going to talk about that as well. Let's start into the northeastern United States. Take a look at what's happening at the now. Here's what's falling from the sky. Lewiston, I-95, I-91, going over to Burlington, I-87 down to Queensburg, Clifton Park over to Albany as well. I-90 back to the west to Utica, 81 going north-south to Watertown, Oswego to Syracuse, Binghamton as well, I-81 and I-86. Going west to east. You go down to the south here to Connecticut, 91, over to Hartford, Waterbury, and to, the eastern part of the state is all rainfall at the moment. Then you go down to the south to New York, into Edison, back over to Trenton. Still some snow falling here, a little bit like rain on the eastern side of which is I-95. Then you get back into the soup here. This is the flow off of the Great Lakes, producing some snow. Lake effect snow that goes all the way down into West Virginia, actually. Cleveland, Akron, you're getting your fair share there over to Pittsburgh, rounding the turn into Charleston, Indianapolis, Lexington, as far south as Knoxville, Tennessee, Sevierville, I-441, I-40 that goes across into the east, but 441 that goes over the mountain there. I'm sure there's trouble there. Watch out if you have to travel that route. St. Louis to the north, a little bit of light snow there. And then you get back over here into the Colorado Rockies at Jet Street, moving from the northwest to the southeast across the state, has an elongated area of precipitation. It's not that wide. I mean, if you look at it, the greatest width here is about 65 or 70 miles, but it's the fetch. It's coming in from north and west, and it's coming across the mountain here, and the jet is kicking off snow, and it's been quite heavy. It's right underneath that jet to the tune of about 5 to 7 inches and maybe more in a few isolated spots. Also, we're looking at mountain snows that are causing some problems and worries about avalanches. Our very own Steve Glacier filed this report earlier.
Well, here in the Denver, Colorado metro, it's been a snowy start to February. A lot of new powder, including several inches that fell from Thursday into Friday. One of the big stories in Colorado, though, up in the high terrain. Interstate 70 shut down in many locations for several hours due to tough travel conditions and also avalanche mitigation. And speaking of high avalanche danger, in not only in the Colorado Rockies, but many mountain passes and mountain areas in the western United States. So once again, while all of the snow is very exciting, it's really tempting to go play in, avoid those avalanche areas, steep terrain. Avalanches in these kind of conditions can be easily triggered through the weekend. Here for Weather Nation in Denver, Colorado, meteorologist Steve Glacier.
Steve, thank you so much. Get inside and get a little bit warmer out there. Certainly seeing that snow falling across the Denver metro. But again, it's been stacking up significantly to the tune of 1 to 2 feet in the Rockies. Hayden, Colorado, 25 inches. Copper Mountain, Loveland Pass reporting around 20 to 21 inches. Vail picking up 16. Even south side of Denver, there was one report near Parker, Colorado, 10.5 inches of snow. And at Denver's airport, 4.5 inches falling since Thursday night. And again, that's just adding to the already significant snowpack, continuing to build it up here across the mountain west, which is certainly what we want to see this time of year. In some cases, the brighter pinks up into states like Wyoming, northwestern Colorado, certainly the northern Rockies and the Cascades. That's over 100 of inches of snow that is currently on the ground. And again, as Steve was mentioning, there are avalanche concerns into some of the mountain ranges like the Wasatch, parts of the Grand Tetons, southwestern areas of Montana, and into Colorado as well. But look at the slew of winter weather alerts thanks to that falling snow that continues. Again, taking a closer look at the Salt Lake area, be mindful if you the slopes because there are numerous areas dealing with those avalanche conditions. The forecast calls for, again, that snow to continue into Colorado and spotty pockets elsewhere up towards Wyoming, western areas of Montana, certainly seeing some more rain. There have been reports of some incredible flooding, bad news flooding, really, for states like Washington in and around Walla Walla, certainly seeing a lot of flooding around western Washington state. And as we follow this system through the rest of this Friday into your Saturday, well, it's just going to continue. Notice Denver quiets down overnight, but of course our next wave is coming into the mix here as we follow that down, diving well to the south, heading into the weekend as things there will stay quite active. And of course we're going to be following our next Midwest storm system as we go through Sunday as well. We're going to see a bit of a jet streak here, some of those stronger winds, and that's going to help to create the snow and impact not only the Midwest but the Northeast as we work our way into Saturday night, Sunday, and Monday. Already seeing winter storm watches posted La Crosse and western Wisconsin, northern Iowa, including Mason City, I-90 across southern Minnesota, Mankato included, out towards Brookings and Miller, South Dakota. So we follow this front diving south for Saturday night. Snow will really pick up here across the Dakotas, all the way down to the Sioux City, Iowa area, spreading into the Twin Cities, eventually crossing the Mississippi River, heading into your Sunday morning, and that will continue to press eastward towards Chicago and the Great Lakes region, heading into Sunday. So here's a look at snowfall as it stacks up again Saturday night and especially into Sunday. There's going to be a swath here across South Dakota, Minnesota, pockets of Iowa, Wisconsin, and Michigan of 6 to 12 inches of snow as it moves its way across the region. So be prepared for that. And of course, be prepared as it moves into the Northeast. Yet again, another round of a wintry mess rolling into this part of the country heading into Sunday night and Monday. We've got a lot more coming up here on Weather Nation, including a look at some of those flooding concerns thanks to that incredibly heavy rainfall in the Southeast. We'll be right back.
And there you go, Weather Nation, bringing you our weather forecast. Weather Nation, weather on the 5s, 25 and 45 minutes past the hour on most music shows, including the Positive Rock Show, which is coming up again next week with another great Christian rock show on Tuesday afternoon, our Twin Spin Tuesday. Tune in for that on GJRB Online. Also, you can hear the Positive Rock Show again later on, of course, maybe possibly Sunday too. So watch for postings on the GJRB Spreaker public site. Weather on the 5s, 25 and 55 past the hour on most talk shows, including the Gary Russell program Way Out There and Gary J's Sports page. Weather on the 5s right here on GJRB Online, and it's 4:35 Central Standard Time, and we just lost our FM signal locally. Our 9-foot closed circuit now lost battery power, so we're only on the internet, only on Spreaker right now. That's it. And we'll have the FM back as soon as we get some batteries for the transmitter. Meanwhile, though, we're just going to stay on the air here on Spreaker anyway and continue bringing the best in smooth jazz here on GJRB Online. But first, let's take a look at the wrap-up of today's news from the GJRB News Desk. I'm Gary J. Russin. Some of the stories we're covering for you in the newsroom, including President Trump, who's saying that his Chief of Staff Mulvaney will be staying at the White House. The reports of it, his getting let go, was untrue.
Yeah, that was a false report. I have a great relationship with Nick. I have a great relationship with Mark, and it's false.
And meanwhile, Vice President Mike Pence said that he's happy with the economy.
This has been a great week for America and a great week for President Donald Trump. I mean, thanks to the president's leadership. We're in the middle of a booming American economy.
The vice president speaking there on CNBC. The jobs report shows employers added 225,000 jobs in January, and the unemployment rate was 3.6%. Average hourly earnings continued to climb as well. And you're listening to USA Radio News.
And we'll keep on top of all the news daily on all GJRB broadcasts at the bottom of the top of the clock to keep you on top all day long on every GJRB daily programming. I'm Gary J. Russin, GJRB Online News. This news and weather on the 5s from the Weather Nation has been brought to you by MeWe.
Recently, the owner of Facebook had to face Congress over personal information on Facebook users. In addition, users were saying that their postings were being deleted. Getting sick and tired of your censorship and your data being used without your permission? Do something about it now. Come to MeWe, the internet social site that values your freedom. No more deleted postings. Make a step to freedom. Sign up today. It's easy. Go to www.MeWe.com. That's M-E-W-E. MeWe, the internet's free speech social site.
End times are upon us, and we need to know what's happening. Knowing the truth is key to survival. There are lots of news events going on in the world that have certain significance to end-time happenings. Listen, as men and women gather to discuss the news and how it lines up with Bible prophecy on the last 7 days. Uploaded as a podcast Wednesdays and run live every third Friday at 12 o'clock noon Central on GJRB. Imagine one day tuning around on your internet radio only to find a station playing old radio programs complete with commercials and thinking, what am I tuning into? The past? You might be, or it's just GJRB Online and Radio Land. A day of nothing but classic radio shows back to back with classic commercials in between. Like the days of radio. Almost like your computer is picking up signals through time. Closer than you'll ever get to time travel. Radio Land. The blues. The primary start to rock and roll music. The music in which artists express their feelings through music. This is a new blues show featuring the best of the blues, with new emerging artists getting their thrill of hearing their selections played along with the greats like Muddy Waters, B.B. King, and Etta James, along with a whole lot more.
The doors open soon.
To the Blues House on GJRB.
There's a problem on our roads today, and that is the safety of our children boarding and getting off the bus on busy roads. That problem is drivers who don't stop for a school bus when the arm is out, the lights are flashing, and the stop sign is out, leaving kids in danger of getting hit. Violators of this law could get a suspension of their driver's license and a $250 fine. When you see a school bus stop at a corner, letting off kids, stop 25 feet away from the bus. Don't take that chance. A public service announcement from the National Highway Safety Administration and GJRB Online.
If you're a new emerging artist and want your songs out there, the place to go is Reverb Nation. Reverb Nation, a website totally devoted to new music from new artists from every town and every state in the U.S. If you're a solo artist and recording your own music, it's Reverb Nation. Stop on by, visit, listen to the music, check out the site, www.reverbnation.com. Put your music out there and gain an audience. Go to Reverb Nation for the best in new music. And remember, if you like your songs played on GJRB Online's Up and Coming, drop me an email at GaryJ65@yahoo.com. And I'll be playing your song on all GJRB Online shows. Remember the name, Reverb Nation.
Now, 50 minutes of soft, smooth jazz on Cool Jazz 106.7.
Vicente Rodriguez and Estoy Contigo on Smooth Afternoon on GJRB Online here on Spreaker. Good afternoon. Hope you're enjoying the program. Let's get into some sports page here and see what's going on in the world of sports right now. And officials announced on today that the helicopter crash that killed Kobe Bryant was not due to engine failure. The accident, the crash occurred when Bryant's traveling with his daughter and others on a basketball tournament at the Bomba Sports Academy, Thousand Oaks, outside of Los Angeles. Bryant's death came as a shock to a lot of basketball players in Los Angeles, and they're saying that NTSB is still investigating. It's still an ongoing investigation at this time. Meanwhile, John Calbreri denies rumors that a creative artist agency, the University of Kentucky men's basketball coach, became the subject of the NBA rumors immediately upon his news that the CAA's Leon Rose is expected to be hired at the by the New York Knicks for their next president of the basketball operations. Rose will probably be a longtime CAA consultant, Wesley Lowry, a.k.a. Worldwide Wes, was aboard the Knicks in some capacity for the past capacity. The 3-week works lockstep working at the AAU circuit. The man knows how to get things done. Lowry has steered star players to Cabreri's programs for roughly 2 decades, and altogether they steer them to Rose. Those list of clients include former Kentucky stars Karl Anthony Towns and Devin Booker, and they're the only natural Cabrini would have linked to the Knicks. And let's take a look at again some of the sports and basketball action coming up tonight. Let's take a look at the NBA real quick again and take a look at some of the games tonight at 6 o'clock. Playing at tonight, top Memphis will play Philadelphia, Dallas at Washington, Atlanta will play Boston, Detroit playing Oklahoma City, and we have Houston going to be playing Phoenix. And let's see, and we're going to be taking a look at the MLB. We're going to be previewing the preseason baseball action when we get back together for a brand new season of Sports Page. That's right, Gary J. Sports Page back on the air here on GJRB Online, and that's coming up in another week or so here on GJRB. So tune in to Gary J. Sports Page, returning to the GJRB airwaves, and so tune in for that and enjoy all the great sports conversation. And I'm trying to get a hold of a good buddy there, Bob Huber, and we're going to have him on from time to time because this guy knows his sports, let me tell you. Sports Page update for now, and you're listening to Gary J. Russin, and we're doing 50 minutes of nonstop smooth jazz right here on GJRB Online. Coming up in just a little bit, we're going to play you Al Jarreau. Stick around for that. Right now, this is Sweet Summer JSF, keeping you warm on a cold day on GJRB.
A group there called JSF. That's called Sweet Summer on Smooth Afternoon. Here on GRB Online, here on Spreaker across America, bringing you the best in smooth jazz in the afternoon on a Friday. And, of course, it's the first Friday of each month here on GRB Online. We bring you this great jazz.
Nationwide weather update. This is GJRB's Weather on the Farm.
And let's take a look at some of the current conditions in different parts of the country. Looking out west, Boise, Idaho, expecting Saturday to be 43 degrees with a chance of rain. Sunday, it's going to be 42 degrees and partly sunny pretty much the whole week. 44 on Monday, 45 on Tuesday, and Wednesday will be 43 on Thursday. Nighttime lows in the 30s, 36 degrees tonight, 36 degrees tomorrow night, 27 degrees on Sunday night for Boise, Idaho. And some of the other places, Memphis, Tennessee, 45 degrees. Tonight's low is going to be 34. That's pretty much for that. 73 for Miami. Right now, currently 69 degrees, and your pressure is at 30.02 inches of mercury in Miami. And tonight's low will be 60. It's 74 for tomorrow's high. And Sunday expecting to be 75 degrees. Those are some of the areas you want to take a look at. Washington right now, Washington State under winter storm warning for most of Washington State. Some of those counties mentioned at the bottom of the screen on Weather Nation. Just check that out, Weather Nation on your internet. Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota. Right now expecting tonight it's going to be 5 degrees with snow. Minneapolis, St. Paul, 18 degrees tomorrow. And New Orleans, Louisiana, 61 degrees tomorrow, 59 degrees tonight. That's actually 59 degrees right now. And 66 tomorrow for New Orleans, Louisiana. And let's see what we got for Sunday. 70 degrees expected Sunday. And we got Saturday. So those are some of the areas, taking a look at that. And let's see what else we got. New York City, right now, 38 degrees, and relative humidity is at 68% there. Barometric pressure 29.31 inches of mercury. And tonight, 28 degrees expected for a nighttime low. Tomorrow, 41 degrees expected for a high with partly sunny skies. Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, 48 degrees and nighttime low of 49 degrees. And take a look at tonight, 32 expected. Freezing mark for Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, with 54 degrees expected under partly sunny skies tomorrow. Rain on Sunday with a high of 61 degrees. And Saturday's low temps, Reading, 41 degrees, and that's going to be cold for you guys up there in Reading, California. Omaha, Nebraska, 24. And taking a look at that low pressure system there that's causing a lot of this going through. And we talked about that at the beginning of our show. And pretty much all that weather, pretty bad there. 62 degrees for Orlando, Florida tomorrow. It's going to be 66, and then your barometric pressure, 30.06 inches of mercury, and your relative humidity, 44 degrees tonight, and 76 degrees for Sunday. And that's a look at your weather. Weather on the fives, 25 and 55 past the hour on most music shows and talk shows, mostly this one, and a few other ones. They have news at the top of the hour. Bottom of the top of the clock, news hours usually will have 25-55 weather. 25-45 on most music shows, including the Gary Russin program. That's our talk show. 25-55 there. And any time of the hour, then it's at 5, 10, 15, 25, 35, 45, or 55 past the hour, or just a little bit earlier. Weather on the fives, right here on GJRB Online, here on Spreaker. Getting close to the top of the hour here as we head into the 5 o'clock hour. 15 minutes of non-stop music as we continue at the top. And I've got some real good smooth jazz coming up. More emerging artists on the way. And great classics as well coming up this hour from Al Jarreau. So keep it here on GJRB Online for the best jazz on internet radio. GJRB Online Network here on Spreaker. That's where you get your fabulous music from here.
All right, getting top of the hour here real soon, and then we're going to get into some real good smooth jazz. And coming up this hour, our program schedule on the way too. It's 5 o'clock Central Standard Time right now, 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 o'clock Pacific. I'm Gary J. Russin.
This is the GJRB Online Network.
And it's all about 5 o'clock right now from Clinton, Iowa. You're listening to the Smooth Jazz program, Smooth Afternoon, right here on GJRB Online, here on Spreaker. And I'm Gary J. Russin saying thanks a lot for tuning in, and I hope you're enjoying the programming today. I'm bringing you the best in relaxing smooth jazz. So let's continue that smooth jazz and relax this hour with some more great music. Let's kick back into that with Wabash Crossing, the Calumet Brothers.
This is the station from North Clinton, giving you the best in music variety on the nation's top podcast platform, the greatest platform on the planet, Spreaker. This is GJRB Online, the GJRB Online Network.
Your Man Won't Do. That is music from Original Jones. And then Balboa Park by Barry Akins and Wabash Crossing started the hour with Calumet Brothers. This is Larry Ludwig. Beautiful Day.
Thank you. It's a beautiful day just with you. A beautiful day. Beautiful day. Just a beautiful day with you.
Yeah, beautiful day, Larry Ludwig on GJRB Online. Hope you enjoyed the smooth jazz this afternoon. We got weather on the fives for Clinton, Iowa coming up in just a little bit right after we hear Slow Boat to China. This is a new artist named Brendan on Smooth Afternoon. Brand new music for you on Smooth Afternoon on GJRB. And that's a great version by Brendan, a new artist that we've been playing here on GJRB Online. And Slow Boat to China here on GJRB. Spreaker across America, Gary J. Russell with you. And hope you're enjoying our smooth jazz today. We got some more coming up here in just a little bit. We got weather on the fives. Right now, take a look at our weather on the fives and give you a rundown on that weather forecast. And we'll have that one coming up here in just a couple of minutes for Clinton, Iowa. Now, usually that's our routine locally on the 9-foot closed circuit signal. Cool Jazz 106.7. But since we lost our transmitter due to battery failure, unable, to give you the local signal, but we're still going to do Weather on the Fives for Clinton, Iowa anyway, because I know there's a lot of people listening on here who might just catch our podcast, via on demand from Clinton, Iowa. So, we still do the Clinton, Iowa weather forecast for you here. So we'll be doing that right now.
A nationwide weather update. This is GJRB's Weather on the Fives.
All right, before we do take a look at the Clinton weather forecast, let's take a look at some weather in other cities. Los Angeles, California, 60 degrees and fair. Des Moines, Iowa, just halfway across the state there, 25 degrees with cloudy skies right now. Houston, Texas, 67 degrees. And you get down to Dallas, Texas, you guys are 55 degrees and fair. Truckee, California, checking in 36 degrees with fair skies at this time. And take a look at our Clinton, Iowa weather forecast. According to our GJRB Spreaker Studios, just here north of Clinton, just above the Lion Shopping District. At Mayor Farms, the Eagle Point Station, right now it's 31 degrees, feels like 26. And our relative humidity right now, standing at 69%. And our barometric pressure is at 29.89 inches of mercury. 9 miles visibility. It's cloudy out there right now. As it's staying lighter longer, by the way. Yeah, you can see that. We've been getting, as gradually get into the season, the light stays longer. And it's 27 minutes past 5 o'clock Central Standard Time. And we just finished off our 50 minutes of nonstop music at 5:25, and it's still light outside. Absolutely fabulous. That means it'll stay lighter longer, and as we head into the spring season, we're gonna get lighter longer. And right now, we're at that point. Still pretty nice and bright yet, about close to 5:30. So that's pretty good. Again. Barometric pressure standing at 29.89 inches of mercury. UV index is moderate at 3, and we have good air quality at 37. And right now, dry conditions in the area, 0% chance of precipitation right now, but we're going to increase to 20 tonight, 20% chance of showers tonight, cloudy skies this evening, and will become partly cloudy after midnight. A few flurries or snow showers possible. Tonight's low 19 degrees with winds west-northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. Tomorrow, 10% chance of precipitation again under partly cloudy skies with a high around 30. Winds west at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And tomorrow is going to be a little bit more interesting. 60% chance of precipitation, partly cloudy in the evening hours, followed by periods of snow showers after midnight. A low of 21 degrees, winds west and winds south. Believe it or not, winds south. Even though we're going to get snow, winds are going to come out of the south at 10 to 15 miles per hour. And we're expecting accumulations of less than 1 inch here in Clinton. And a lot of parts are going to get more than that. But here in Clinton, Iowa, only less than an inch. Right now, current temperature is at 31 degrees, feels like 26, and our winds are coming out of the west at 5 miles per hour, gusting to 9. Once again, 31 degrees at Eagle Point Station at Mayor Farms, and above our Spreaker Studios, 31 degrees. Weather on the Fives daily on all broadcasts, 25 and 45 on most music shows, including the Good Times Great Oldies show coming up back to GJRB Online, and Back to the 80s coming back as well in this month and next month. And of course, some of our broadcasts spontaneous, so I can try some shows in different time slots, but they're coming up. And of course, the Positive Rock show coming up. Good Times Great Oldies show. I'll tell you about that coming up in just a little bit. Actually, that program is going to be pre-recorded, and I'm going to upload it later. And it's going to be nonstop 50s, 60s, 70s rock and roll, and it's coming up for you here on GJRB Online. And we're going to try to get that set up so that it's on a schedule, and we have more oldies on here. Also, back to the 80s coming up, and a lot of other good stuff returning to the airwaves, including music and memories and crooners. I've got a crooner show coming up as well, featuring the music, some love songs and music, and featuring the music of Eddie Fisher. So you go and check that out. That's coming up on crooners. So stay tuned for that here on GJRB Online. And we're going to wrap up our show here in just a little bit. Crank up another 50 minutes of music heading into the 6 o'clock hour and closing out our smooth jazz for today here on GJRB Online. So thank you for tuning in. Got a lot of really good stuff coming your way here on GJRB Online, and got some good music, so hang in there. And that is a look at our weather on the fives. And I'll give you our Spreaker shout-outs and promotions coming up next. And this is Smooth Jazz, Smooth Afternoon, right here on the GJRB Online Network.
Great jazz on GJRB with the best of jazz, up-and-coming jazz, smooth jazz, and smooth afternoon.
If you can't get enough of jazz and you live in the Quad Cities area, tune in to KALA, St. Ambrose University in Davenport, Iowa, at 88.5 on the FM dial. Along with some of that great smooth jazz, you'll hear a lot of great jazz programming.
And programming in other great music formats.
Like blues, urban, including rap. Also classic R&B and Motown with David Baker on Rewind, Friday nights at 6 p.m. Central. In addition, you get programming in Spanish and some great gospel programming too. For more information on that great programming you'll hear, check out their schedule at www.sau.edu/KALA. Even if you don't live in the Quad Cities area, you can enjoy KALA anywhere in the world with their internet stream. Connect with KALA. Listen and enjoy.
Strange things in the sky and around the world. Strange beings sighted. What's going on? All around us, conspiracy theories are being discussed. This is the show all about the strange things that are way out there. I'm Gary Russ, and this Way Out There's back with more weird stories of the strange and the bizarre. Keep looking up in the sky and let me know what you see. Way out there. Every third Friday of the month at 3 o'clock Central and anytime on GJRB.
End times are upon us, and we need to know what's happening. Knowing the truth is key to survival. There are lots of news events going on in the world that have certain significance to end-time happenings. Listen, as men and women gather to discuss the news and how it lines up with Bible prophecy on the last 7 days. Uploaded as a podcast Wednesdays and run live every third Friday at 12 o'clock noon Central on GJRB.
Yeah, great piece of music there for you by D.E. Farmer. That's called Path in the Mist on GJRB. Gary J. Russell with you, winding down our smooth afternoon. Hope you enjoyed the program. And, of course, this program heard there every first Friday of the month at 3 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. And, of course, we're going to be doing more smooth jazz programs in the month. We're going to do even a smooth evening and relax with some smooth jazz in the evening hours. And, of course, smooth jazz as I continue to fill in those empty spots on our GJRB program schedule. And bring you all this great smooth jazz for you right here on GJRB Online. And, hope you enjoy that great music. Love playing it for you here on GJRB Online. And back again tomorrow, 3 o'clock Central Time, 4 o'clock East, 1 o'clock Pacific for the best of jazz. Details on that and all the programming coming up. Right now, though, it's time to do our GJRB Spreaker Podbean shout-outs and promotions. Brought to you by Spreaker, where you can be an internet DJ like me. Spreaker, that's Spreaker, and broadcast to the world. Yeah, I got a lot of good stuff coming up on GJRB Online, so I hope you'll tune in for a lot of good stuff. I want to tell you about some of the great podcasters that I already listen to, and you can enjoy too right here on Spreaker. Like my good friend Mike Myers in the Radio Hope Network every morning, Monday through Friday, actually Saturday and Sunday too. 7 mornings a week, 365, man. I'm telling you, this guy's busy. He's the hardest working man in showbiz, gotta tell you that. Mike Myers of the Radio Hope Network, 8 o'clock in the morning Central Standard Time, 6 o'clock Pacific. Talking about family, love, relationships, and Jesus Christ is our center of our lives, and it should be that way all the time. So listen to the Mike Myers Show, 8 o'clock in the morning. Don't forget to listen to Muck Radio on TuneIn. It's MUKRADIO. You'll find all his great programs on there. A lot of great variety of Christian programming and great preaching on there. So tune into that. That's Muck Radio on TuneIn. And, of course, you want to check out another fella that I like to listen to, and he's fabulous. And he does a real good job putting on some good stuff. And that is Bob Huber. He just joined up with Mike Myers Radio Hope Network and does 45 minutes total, non-stop. And talks a lot about culture, movies, television, wrestling, you name it, this guy puts it on. He talks about it all. And that's Bob Huber, the Huber Experience from Algonquin, Illinois, just around Chicago. Listen to them. He tells us good stuff. Here's the guy, I hope he'll be back real soon over on Podbean. And his name is BJ McNamara, otherwise known as, yeah, you got it right, my friends, Black Dragons Radio. I'm hoping he'll be back on the air real soon. I'm hoping that. And he comes out of Texas, and he puts on a great show. Tune in to BJ right here on Spreaker and on Podbean. And he puts on a good show, good variety of music like I do. Talks to you, and it's a good time. So you want to check out that program, BJ. And of course, I don't know when this guy's on. He's got some different schedule now. He's kind of on a different schedule, but I did kind of miss him live. If I don't catch him, I usually catch his podcast on demand. You can do it anytime. And that is, of course, the Caramel Conservative, Ed Delgado. He gets his input on what's going on in the news, especially this stuff with the impeachment hearings. And, of course, right now they acquitted President Trump, which is a good thing. And, yeah, great, but I'll tell you what is it with that Nancy Pelosi ripping up his speech? Oh, man, I kind of wonder if she's going to be in trouble for that. Oh, yeah, you better believe we're just crazy. We're going to talk about that. And, of course, you can check him out. He's going to be doing Saturdays here. And it's tune into him live. It's the Caramel Conservative from up in Wisconsin with a great conversation. The Caramel Conservative, Ed Delgado, right here on Spreaker. And let's see, what else can we... tonight, if you are into the strange, the bizarre, the unusual, you want to check in Spaced Out Radio with David Scott. And he talks a lot about different things like that. He had that one woman on it recently talking about the spiritual you. And he talks a lot about different things like that. And that is comes out of Canada, British Columbia. Yeah, check this guy out. There's a good program. It's called Spaced Out Radio, and it's available on many local stations in different parts of the country too, like Ridgecrest, California, and down south in the South Carolina or North Carolina, and some other great places. So you want to tune in for that. But he does a great show, so you want to tune into. He communicates with George Norrie from time to time. But he has a good show, so tune into that. And puts on a really good stuff. That's Spaced Out Radio tonight, 11:06 Central Standard Time, 9:06 Pacific, 12:06 Eastern, for Spaced Out Radio from British Columbia, Canada. Now, where do you find all these people? All you got to do is go into my Spreaker account, www.spreaker.com /user/5120525, or get on it'll take you right to my main page where you see the stream. You can also go in on my Twitter page. Just click that Twitter there, the Twitter emblem. Take you right to my Twitter page. I'm the Radio Maniac, and you'll find this show and listen to it right on Twitter live. All you do is just click that widget. It'll come up, and just click the play button. And but I've to choose you. It'll take you right to my chat room. And all you got to do is go into my followers list. You'll find all the radio stations that I follow, all the great people, all the great podcasts. And some of the ones I haven't mentioned are all on there. So you want to check them out. All the great ones. And they have put on some great shows. Got some good music. Walter M. DeMall, Monday night again. Tune in Monday night. And of course, he has the sensational Sunday nights, where he plays great music too, and has a great show on Sunday nights, sensational Sunday nights, like about 8 o'clock Central Standard. And of course on Monday nights at 8 o'clock, it's Blues in the Night, Walter M. DeBall, and that's right here on Spreaker. You'll find all those great programs and a whole lot more. And don't forget, you can be on there too and have a radio show. That's Spreaker, Spreaker. It's Spreaker with an R. Spreaker, and broadcast to the world. Spreaker, bringing you our program. And of course, don't forget, you can check all GGRB's program schedule lineup on right there on Spreaker. I'm going to be adjusting those soon. Finally posted, so you saw that. A lot of people following me right now saw I posted. So finally I posted. It took me a while, but I got there. And you can catch all our programs here live. And try to post whenever is possible, but that's how things happen. Just gotta remember, I get busy on this show, so sometimes I don't always get to. I'm working on news and everything, so sometimes I just don't get time to post. But I'm going to be working on that one. I promise you that. But that's it for our Spreaker schedule. Don't forget, you can check out our programs here on Spreaker. And coming up on GGRB Online, let's see. Tomorrow we're on the air again live, 3 o'clock Central Standard Time for the Best of Jazz. I've got another great jazz program lined up. Some great jazz love songs because we're heading into Valentine's Day. I've got some music from Dizzy Gillespie. We're going to play some of the best ones we played on past shows. So it's the best of jazz. Because I think, if I'm not mistaken, I'll know exactly. I want to look here. My best of jazz, I think. Now I'm going to look and see. I'm going to go to my account here. I'm going to go to my page. Let's see what we get. The best of jazz. I think I just started. I don't want that. Why am I on here? Why am I playing that commercial? Did I hit that by mistake? Yeah, I did. Okay, don't want that. Okay, I don't want that. I wanted something else. So I'm going to go to my thing here. Let's see. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, because we haven't been on for a while with the Best of Jazz, I just ended one season already, so it's a pickup. The last time we did the Best of Jazz was January 28th, 2019. Is that right? That can't be right. No, December. Okay, that's what I thought. December 8th. So that was episode 203. So we're going to pick up at 204 tomorrow and feature the music of all the best of the past couple episodes of the Best of Jazz, the new season 201 and 202. Pick up some new artists. Got some more jazz fusion, and I'll play you some rare jazz selections too. So tune in tomorrow, 3 o'clock Central Standard Time, 4 o'clock Eastern, 1 o'clock Pacific for the best of jazz tomorrow right here on GJRB Online. By the way, that will be the only show airing tomorrow right here on Spreaker. Okay, the only show on. So just to let you know about that. But we are going to be adding Saturday programming here real soon on smooth jazz. We'll have Saturday smooth jazz and stuff like that after we build a little bit more automated jazz. As we rail up that rotation, go and get that going, I'll have more nonstop jazz and more jazz and the best of jazz and smooth jazz and probably even smooth Saturdays. I'm thinking about doing that too. Pre-recorded jazz, automated, and voice tracked and stuff like that. But that doesn't mean just because I voice track, I'm not like those big old, capitalist stations that, I still like to broadcast live and like to connect with my audience. I just do a little bit of automated too because I have other things going on, but I always try to do as many live shows as I possibly can because I stand behind it. I really would like to play more live programs because I want to stay connected to my audience. So we got another great jazz program coming up real soon. The best of jazz tomorrow right here on GJRB Online, 3 o'clock Central Standard. And, of course, on Sunday, I'm working on that one tomorrow, too, or sometime today. I'm going to be getting that church services together, and that's from last Sunday. That'll get uploaded and scheduled to go public Sunday morning, 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time, 11:30 Eastern, and 8:30 a.m. Pacific Time for the Church of Christ worship service here on Spreaker. And I'm working on going back and rifling through some of my old Bible studies, and I'm planning on uploading those old Bible studies and replaying those. So those are going to be coming out, real old Bible studies. We're going to go back to the very beginning of Bible study, the very beginning. So we're going to be doing that and replaying some of those on Sunday. They're going to be uploaded podcasts that will be uploaded and going public right after the church services Sunday morning. So that will be 11:30 a.m. Central Standard, 9:30 a.m. Pacific, and 12:30 p.m. Eastern right here on GJRB Online. Later on Sunday, about 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard, I'm going to be doing the Positive Rock Show. So I hope you'll tune in for some great Christian rock and kick back on your Sunday evening. So tune in for that. That will be coming up on Sunday right here on GJRB Online. Okay? Those are some of the programs. Now, Monday, I'm going to take that day off. I got some production I want to work on. I got some voice tracking to do. And so the studio needs to be used for that. And recording my oldie show. So that will air next weekend. Okay, so that's part of our next weekend, my oldie show. And it's my Good Times Great Oldie Show airing next week. Actually, not the weekend, probably the week. And it's going to lead into our Music and Memories and Crooners. I'm working on a crooner show. So that's going to be voice tracked. And that will air. And at 3 o'clock p.m. next week. Now, this is next week, which would be February, on the 13th. I'm taking that day off because it is my birthday on the 13th. And where's my schedule? I wrote all that down, didn't I? Yes, I did. I got in my little notebook here some of the stuff that I'm going to be airing here. I think I can find that now. Okay, where are we here? Yes, here we go. All right, yeah, here we go. The 12th. Okay, I'll tell now. On the 11th, I'm back on the Positive Rock Show, Twin Spin Tuesday. That'll be on Tuesday. 2 from your favorite Christian artist. I've got a few really good ones that I promised I was going to play, and we're going to pick those out. It's going to be some new emerging artists as well. So tune in for that. 3 to 6 p.m. on Tuesday afternoon right here on Spreaker, on GJRB Online. And the Sunday broadcast of the Positive Rock Show is optional. So that's a TBA at this point. So watch for postings 45 minutes to an hour before airtime if we go on the air Sunday night with the Positive Rock Show. Then on the 12th, we'll be on the air for Gary J Sports Page. That's right, the 12th. I talked about this an hour ago. I said I was going to be bringing back the Sports Page. I'm going to do it. That'll be coming up. And Gary J Sports Page will be on Wednesday afternoon, 3 o'clock Central Standard, right here on GJRB Online. I'm going to be going and checking in on some of the sports. I want to be checking and seeing some of the baseball teams and see if they're headed to the, they're headed to the spring training. I'm pretty sure that a lot of baseball, I'm going to be checking to see when spring training starts at first, and then find out when some of the ball players report to the spring training. So we're going to be doing that here real soon. We'll talk about that. It's all coming up right here on GJRB Online, so tune in next week for the return of Gary J Sports Page at a brand new day. As a matter of fact, Gary J Sports Page is going to be on a brand new day. Wednesdays, and that'll be the second Wednesday of the month at 3 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, 3 to 6 p.m. for Gary J Sports Page, right here on GJRB Online. And then on the 13th, like I said before, I'm going to be taking that day off because it's my birthday. It'll be 59. Oh, yeah, 59. Yeah, Bri. Yeah, I guess that's what it is. It's what it is, And, of course, that will mean I want to work on my radio, television, movie classics, which I got set up to go on, and my Way Out There show. So some of the stuff I got coming up on GJRB Online. Of course, on the 14th, we're going to be doing our Crooners program. So I hope you'll tune in for that. That'll be followed by radio, television, and movie classics right here on GJRB Online. So that's going to be what we got coming up this week. And, of course, watch for all the postings. I post the program schedule right after I get off the air here. I usually have a program posting. So that's coming up a little later on, so watch for that. As soon as GJRB Online goes off the air, I will be posting the program schedule right here on GJRB Online. And that's going to wrap it up for our smooth afternoon. I want to thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the program, and I hope you enjoyed all the great smooth jazz we brought to you here on GJRB Online. We'll be back again for another edition of Smooth Afternoon. And don't forget, we will be back. That'll be next month. And, of course, we'll be back with more smooth jazz, and I'll be fitting that into our schedule. And one of the other things, too, is I got to fix my video that I did last week. The YouTube people only let me have 56 minutes and 54 seconds of an hour-and-a-half video. So I'm going to redo it and trim it down to an hour. So I'm going to be working on that one and getting that up for you, too, as well, so you can see the schedule. And, of course, I'm working on a plan to start a GJRB Online website where our schedule will be displayed, so you can see how the programs are going to look and lined up. So just to let you know about that. But we're going to wrap it up right now, leave you with Al Jarreau, and we're in this love together. You have yourself your best night ever. So long, everyone.
It's like a diamond ring, it's a precious thing, and we never want to lose it. It's like a favorite song that we love to sing. Every time we hear the music, and we're in this love together, we got the kind that lasts forever. We're in this love together, and like berries on the vine, it gets sweeter all the time. It's like a rainy night and candlelight, and ooh, it's so romantic. so right. Yes. And it's just the way we planned it. We're in this love together. We got the kind that lasts forever. Don't you know that we're in this love together? And like berries on the vine, it gets sweeter all the time. We got the kind that lasts forever. We're in this love together. We got a kind that will last forever and evermore. Don't you know we're in this love together? We got the kind that will last forever. Together, we're going to find that love has opened up the door. Hey, hey, yeah. Don't you know that we're in this love together? We got the kind that brings to mind a favorite song. Let me say that we're in this love together. We got the kind that lingers all night long.
From America's heartland, this is GJRB, Clinton, Iowa.
You are like the olive tree, just like you were meant to be. Though your roots dig deep into the land, they were uprooted by a savage hand. But the ties were forged through centuries, the bonds so strong and fixed in history. You are the land, and the land is you. A solid unity they never can undo. Cherish your leaves, let your branches bear your fruits. All you need to do is protect and feed your roots. The old will die, but the young will learn. The road is long, and it will twist and turn. But when you know your destiny, you know where you need to be, and we always will believe it's our right to return. It's our right to return. Black on white, they wrote that vow, but to act on it was not allowed. Empty words like a carrot on a stick. Ink is fading as the clock goes on to tick. Dispossession and racial oppression, every psycho form of Zionist aggression was condoned by that very same force. Though they say our rights are still endorsed, we don't need your words, they're just empty talk. Why don't you just keep on talking while we walk the walk? The old have died, but the young are strong. We know who we are and where we belong. With a key in
Giving new artists what they deserve the most: recognition and airplay. GJRB. Another Radioland coming soon on GJRB Online.
Watch. Pray. For we not know what hour the Son of God will return. Prophecy. New World Order, terrorism, economic collapse, wars, pest, Israel. When they say peace, then cometh sudden destruction, earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, end-time headlines at www.endtimeheadlines.org. You hear great jazz on GJRB with the best of jazz, up-and-coming jazz, and smooth afternoon. If you can't get enough of jazz and you live in the Quad Cities area, tune in to KALA, St. Ambrose University in Davenport, Iowa, at 88.5 on the FM dial. Along with some of that great smooth jazz, you'll hear a lot of great jazz programming. And programming in other great music formats. Like blues, urban, including rap. Also classic R&B and Motown with David Baker on Rewind, Friday nights at 6 p.m. Central. In addition, you get programming in Spanish and some great gospel programming too. For more information on that great programming you'll hear, check out their schedule at www.sau.edu/KALA. Even if you don't live in the Quad Cities area, you can enjoy KALA anywhere in the world with their internet stream. Connect with KALA. Listen and enjoy. America's Street Music is back on GJRB Bluegrass with the Grassgolds, Bill Monroe and his Bluegrass Boys, and so much more. So it's time to bring it back, and on more often. It's Bluegrass Jubilee Freestyle, with all the great songs you heard before, and some new up-and-coming stars with some emerging bluegrass. Also, some all-time gospel favorites too. On GJRB. This is the station from North Clinton, giving you the best in music variety on the nation's top podcast platform, the greatest platform on the planet, Spreaker. This is GJRB Online, the GJRB Online Network.
vous aime beaucoup. Je ne sais pas what to do. You know you've completely stolen my heart. Morning, noon, and nighttime too. Toujours wondering what you do. That's the way I've felt right from the start. Ah, chérie, my love for you is dreadful. Wish my friends were good enough. I could tell you so much more. But I hope that you comprehend all the things you mean to me. Darling, je vous aime beaucoup. I love you. Ah, chérie, my love for you is dreadful. Wish my friends were good enough. I'd tell you so much more. But I hope that you comprehend all the things you mean to me. Darling, je vous aime.
This is the GJRB Online Network.